COVID already sucks in itself, but then you have horses, and you have one horse that's pushing off another one that's not letting her gain any weight, and she's too fat and she's too thin. So it doesn't matter how you feel, you gotta do fencing. So as much as I don't want to separate the mares, this is the best way to do it. Okay, so I haven't decided which horse is going to be in which stall yet. I think because this one likes to play with things more, and there's only one latch, I think she's probably going to be switched closer to the geldings because there's 2 latches on that one. Here's Miss Chunk Chunk. Pasture goes down over 190 feet. I got 660 feet of tape, so I can hopefully do like 2. I know it needs poop picked. I have been so sick. I'm also trying to train them to poop here where they step in and out. That's why I've been piling it all here, and they're starting to kind of get the idea. Hopefully the ground is soft enough that I can do like the little posts like she has. That's what I went and bought, but I guess if I have to go back and buy metal, then I will. So then they have a 300-gallon trough, which is why I'm not setting it up yet, because this is a quarter-weight pole and it's very, very heavy and it needs dumped. I'm gonna have to get another hose. But the trough, my plan is to have it up against right here. And then if you see here, there's like a little eye hook. I'm gonna attach a hot wire up over it to that so that they both have heated water, but they can't go through the trough like this one probably would to get to each other. And there'll be a fence all the way down the center. This feeder is going to be inside for her, and that feeder will be inside for her. And they're still going to be, you know, able to go and groom over the fence with each other and all that. Do I love this? No, but Kamani. Kamani. Kamani is chunky. And Avalon, she's starting to gain some weight, but you can see her hip, how sunk in all that is. You can just see how thin she is. Because this one here wants to take all her food. And then I always have to babysit her with her grain in the morning so that this one doesn't take it. Even if I put alfalfa out for this one, she wants her grain. So it'll be nice to be able, if like I'm running late for work, like I sometimes do, I can just dump her grain in her feeder and not have to worry about somebody else over here taking it. So she needs to gain weight. She needs to lose weight. And occasionally she is shivering. As you can tell right now, she's not shivering at all. She's very warm. But occasionally she starts to shiver a little bit. So if I wanted to put like a small winter blanket on her, because she's not like freezing. If I wanted to put a blanket on her to help her out, I don't have to worry about this one tearing it off. And the only thing I think I have left to do is I have to get the ground wire. And I have to get 2 salt blocks because I want them to each have their own salt block. Because I have one, but it's a selenium block, which helps keep ticks off. Right now we're not in tick season, so I'm going to take that one out, put that one up for the summer, and get 2 regular salt blocks for them. Or mineral blocks, so look and see what they have. I don't really like separating them. I don't, but you have to think about what's best for her, cold-wise, weight-wise. Also, her, it's not good to be obese. I don't mind them a little heavier going into winter. I really don't mind that at all, but she's way too heavy going into winter. See what I mean? So the whole time Abby was out here eating her grain, Kamani was in her stall, which is going to be Avalon's stall, eating her hay perfectly fine. I even threw Avalon's hay in here while Avalon was out there eating. Kamani didn't care. Now that Avalon's eating, if Avalon wasn't so thin and Kamani wasn't so fat, it really wouldn't bother me, but that's really bothering me. But yeah, so it's supposed to snow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get grain going for Abby, and we're going to take a couple of those posts out and see if we can even get them in the ground. I imagine we can. It's been raining. Ground's pretty soft, but we're gonna go test and see. These are not going in. I don't know how the neighbor lady got hers in. Crazy hair because of the wind, but whatever. Surprisingly, come on. Neither one of them wanted to volunteer. That's okay though. It's okay. You're gonna go have some fun. Yeah. You're gonna go have some fun in the outdoor. And she is filthy. You guys need a good brush too. I'm happy to say, there goes my voice again. I'm happy to say we have a plan for the posts. Probably won't be able to do all of them because I don't think there's 12 buckets, but I'll show you what we're gonna do. So they brought in a big old pile of sand for our stalls and our runs, so that, like, right now it's starting to get muddy and all that, so we can fill in where they go in and out and it's not as muddy. And I asked her, I go, is that for us boarders? And she said yes. And then she told me I could look in the storeroom where they have a bunch of stuff. And I was like, okay. And she goes, if you want to use anything, go ahead and use it. And, you know, that's what it's there for. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 5-gallon buckets that no one's using. They're kind of old. And I asked her, I go, can I use those? And I'll make sure, you know, you get them back whenever I leave or whatever. And she goes, what's your idea? I go, my idea, I'm not going to fill them all completely full because other boarders, you know, they need sand too. Maybe fill them like a quarter way full, where the 5-gallon bucket has like a quarter amount of sand and it's supposed to snow and freeze tonight. And we'll put the stake inside of it and then it'll freeze. And it'll have something solid to hold. So that's what we're gonna do. I got 6 buckets, and you know what? Instead of using sand, I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So I was leaving their poop over in this area to try to train them to poop over here, which was working. But this is gonna be all filled in with sand. That's gonna be all filled in with sand. So I'm just gonna use their poop. We fill their poop up to a certain amount in here and stick my sticks inside of it, and it'll still work, and then I can lay fresh sand here with no poop. Before I change too much, you currently have this stall and this stall that connect and make one big pasture. This is going to be Kamani's stall because it only has one latch. She doesn't play with things as much. So this will be Kamani's stall. The water trough is going to come out here to the center where they can share it. This will be Avalon's stall because it's got 2 latches. She plays with things more. I got them each their own salt block. This is coming out. This is for ticks, and we're not in tick season right now. So they each have their own big trace mineral blocks that I bought them this morning. I don't know if I'm doing sand today because I'm not feeling good, but there will be some sand here, help with drainage, some sand here, help with drainage, water trough here, and this is currently what I've got. Some people might be like, ew, you're using poop. You know what? It's not like they're eating out of it. I'm not freaking touching it. Like, it's just gonna freeze and hold these posts up. I do have a connector piece that I think I'm going to take some hot wire and put a loop around here and connect it to here, so that, because knowing my 2, they'll try to go through the trough when it's low to get to each other. So I might try to add a wire. I'm not entirely sure yet on that. That depends on them. And then it'll be divided down the middle as much as I can. And then they're each going to have one of these feeders, which has 3 slots in it. And their feeder, or more than likely, are going to be on this inside corner because it's completely out of the wind and everything. I may try some type of bedding. I don't know. My 2 like to eat things. Then when I get them in, they're each going to have a hay net with a slow feed part to it Their feeders will have the grass hay. Hay nuts will have the alfalfa hay. I'm waiting on those to come in. And then Avalon's will have a little grain bucket. Kamani's won't. So before I change too much, that is what we're starting off with. The wind is not wanting to cooperate and keep my phone up, but this is what I have so far. I'm gonna bring the water trough out so I know how much room I have between the wall and this post, and then I'm gonna run my second line. I'm gonna tighten them, and then I'm gonna get sand and add just a little bit of sand to each of the buckets just to add some more weight so the poles don't bend like this. But right now I'm just trying to move that water trough out here because things never go easy for me. I had to go get my boyfriend, who is probably sicker than I am at the moment. We both have COVID, but I'm kind of like a couple days into it, a week into it. He's just starting out with it, so, you know, either way it sucks. And now it's starting to rain, and the girls are in the outdoor, and of course it's an outdoor arena, so there's no shelter. A little bit of rain isn't going to hurt them, but if it starts downpouring, then I'm going to have to move them back to Avalon's colicking pen, because my two destroy things and can't leave things alone when I'm in the process of doing things. So if I bring them in here with me, it's just going to be chaos. They're going to be chewing on things, destroying things. I can't leave it halfway up. They're just going to destroy it tonight. But yeah, because of COVID, my hands are cramping, my body's aching. I couldn't get the water trough out of the stall, so my boyfriend and I had to do it together. So we got that out. Then I couldn't get the hose to unhook, so I'm going to set the water trough where I want it, hook up the hose, start filling that, and then figure out how I'm going to do, before I run the second wire of electrical wire, I got to figure out how I want to do the... brain is not working. How I want to do the ground wire, because I was thinking, oh, I'll just put it right next to the water trough, like, you know, but then I was like, no, because if I put it right next to the water trough, knowing my luck, one of my two is going to push their leg on it, and then they're gonna freaking touch the nail and the wire and electrocute themselves. Then they're not going to want to drink, and then there's going to be another colic episode. So nothing can go perfect. So I got to set up the water trough in the rain, figure out how I want it, figure out how I want everything, just so that I have enough room between the wall and the water trough that the wires aren't touching the water trough. But it's ridiculous. My feet are soaked. And I forgot my gloves. Okay, that came out easier than I thought it was going to. Thank you. Ah, okay. I knew that went too freaking smooth. I knew it. I knew something was going to happen. Oh, yay. Oh! Okay, so leave about that much room between the wall and the trough. It's kind of slanted, whatever. It's gonna fall off, the snow and stuff, into the water trough, but that's fine. It's gonna have a heater in it, so it'll melt all the ice and everything, and I can plug in the ground wire there, maybe push it in a little bit more, knowing my two. And then I'll bring this bucket forward. Feet are soaked. Okay, so that one wire will not keep my two in. Guarantee it. So while this is filling, I'm gonna leave that gap. And then what I'm also gonna do, so I'm gonna let this fill and run a second wire at least, maybe 3, don't know yet. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna take a wire that's not hot and I'll cut a little piece off here, tie it here, cut a little piece off, tie it there where it's not touching anything to be electrified, and lay it over the top so that they think can't go through there. Hopefully that'll work. It's gonna set it up for you guys to see, but it's raining and the wind will not keep my phone up. So there's 3 lines, and that's just kind of like a safety thing because, you know, these are just filled with poop. Obviously it's gonna rain, they're gonna get moisture, they're gonna freeze and pack, but until tomorrow when I can add more sand and I don't have to do this in the rain, this is what I have, and it's gonna be turned on very soon. Now, I wasn't gonna do a line over the water trough, but I got it high enough up that I'm comfortable with it. And then this top line is not hot. I did this top line because knowing my two, they'd probably still try to come through this line. So this top line is not hot. It's just tied to the top to kind of hold this in. But if I need it to be hot, all I literally have to do is tie it right there. I'm not gonna be mad if it gets hot, you know, but it's not hot as of now. The lines are way high enough up that I don't have to worry about that line being too close to the water. I can still run their heater cord through here when I get it for their water heater. So all I have left to do, I'm probably going to bring the feeders in tomorrow. I'm going to check this one more time, pull whatever I can tight and retie, and set up their salt blocks. Their water's almost done. Set up their hay, bring them in. And then for the night, these 2 tubs are just going to hold their alfalfa. But I have to do the ground wire and the extension cord. But I'm just waiting for the water to get done first so that there's less stuff in my way. So I'm going to walk out and check the tightness of all this, see if it's all good. And then we'll move on to the next step. Oh no, my feet are soaked. I know that. I don't know if anybody else is as paranoid as I am, but I can't plug in things and just leave. Like, I just hooked everything up. It's taken me hours. I'm disgusting. But no, I can't just leave now and put the horses in here. I can't do that. So I still have to clean up some stuff, bring the horses in. I already checked the fence and tightened what I wanted to be tightened. But even though this is all brand new things, except for the brake, where you connect the frickin' electric fence charger. The electric fence charger. My brain is not working. Even though everything besides that is brand new, I can't just, my brain will not allow me to just connect it, throw the horses in, and leave. So I'm going to connect everything, get everything the way I want it, leave it running for a while, make sure everything's good, because I'm super paranoid. Just do it that way. Wow. Okay. Get everything connected, make sure there's no sparks, make sure everything's working properly, and then I'm going to clean everything out, get their hay set up for the night, and if everything is going well, then I'm going to put them in. If not, it'll be unplugged and they'll move to a small pasture for the night until I can figure out what's going on, because I'm paranoid way too easily, even though like they have cameras and stuff. I still get way too paranoid for that. Alright, so it's plugged in. I'm gonna have to get some staples tomorrow and staple this up a little bit better. I'm not worried about this for the night because it's not like really baggy. I might unplug it and try to run it through here, but that just needs to be tightened. The dinger is clicking and lighting up. So I'm gonna get all this out here. Like I said, I'll move those tomorrow. I'm already soaked and sick, so move those tomorrow. Get that out, get the hose out, get my trash cleaned up, get their stalls ready, get their salt blocks ready, and then we'll put them in one at a time. Even though they're gonna go into their own area, I'd rather just do it one at a time because it's easier to watch. And my eyes are tricking me out so bad. I keep thinking that the posts are on the outside of the bucket. It's just weirding me out. But yeah, the girls will go get them here in a minute. Changing plans. Hay is being done last because I just got to thinking I don't want them to come in
and not explore because there's food right there. And then I think, okay, they're good, and I leave, and then maybe there's a short, or I panic. Maybe there's a short, or something's wrong, or whatever. And then they don't go explore, and then I'm not here to supervise that they don't hurt themselves. So I'm getting their alfalfa buckets for the night in here. I gotta get the wagon out. I have to lay down the salt block, and then we'll start bringing girls in. Of course, I try to grab Kamani first because I feel like I always have Avalon first, but Kamani's like, nah, I don't want to be caught. Let's see how this goes. Girlfriend, I'm gonna warn you. This is your warning. The fence is hot, okay? There's Kamani. Let's get you in. Come on. Get your cell door shut. No, don't walk out there with your halter on. You have metal on your halter. That wouldn't feel too great. Come here. Alright. She's like, what? My pasture is in half. Sorry, girlfriend. It's for you to gain weight. Oh, she's gonna go touch it, isn't she? Oh. Oh. I'll leave her for a minute. I just want to keep an eye on her for a second before I go grab Kamani, who's literally right over there. My boyfriend's like, watch, they'll dump the buckets over. I really hope they don't, because they're not filled with anything good, just their poop. And I know it's not even down the middle. I did what I could. I will get sand in here tomorrow or the next day. She's like, Mom, go forward. There you go. Nope, went over. That's empty. There you go. Okay. That's empty. I'm going to push your alfalfa in as soon as I go get your sister, okay? Now she wanted to be caught. Alright, let's get in here and get the skate shut, and we'll go turn you on your side. Show you your salt block. You got your own salt block. You don't have to share. I do feel bad, though, because she seems to like the geldings more than Avalon. And Avalon's closer, so Kamani literally just has Abby now. But I think when I'm like riding Avalon and she's not in her stall, then I'll probably put Kamani in the Abby's stall then, so that Kamani can have friends. Not every time though, because you gotta learn to be on yourself sometimes, on your own. Come on. Yeah, I know you have a cord in yours. Come on. Hey, okay. Salt block. Hey, it's in front of you. Hey. And I gotta take that hose out. So she might try to eat the hay, but who knows. I know, I'm sorry. Yours is kind of flooded. I couldn't help it. Yeah, I got this tied up better, but I'll staple that in. And like I said, this top one right here on this piece is not electrified. She does have a little bit of a wider spot than Abby, but I'm actually okay with that, with her being chunkier. Gives her more room to run around and move. Oh, she's gonna get zapped in the rain. So there's a few finishing touches I'm going to do off camera in the next day or two. Where's your sister? Abby! Abby, Sissy here. I want to make sure if they go to interact over the fence that they're good and they know the electric fence is there. So I'd like you to go on. Go on. There you go. Yep, there's your water trough. Yeah, she says, I know that's hot. You have plenty of room. I left plenty of room for you to get some water, Mama. Plenty. Yeah, she's like, I smell that fence. It's on, Mom. Go. I really would like Abby to come out. Come on, Abs! And I want to see if they're going to try to interact over the fence. What's going to, you know, if they're going to get zapped, if they're going to pay attention, know where they're at, kind of thing. But I'm not going to force them, but... Here, see? Abby's getting water. There's Sissy getting water. Actually, yeah, I know. I should have washed it out a little better. There we go. Yeah, she knows it's on. But I want you to get some water, girl. Show me that you'll get some. Come on. Show me you'll get some. See? Sissy getting some. You're fine. Yeah. She's like, would you stop talking? I'm trying to focus here. Yeah, you can just see the body difference. Like, she's so much thinner. She's not horrible, but she's a lot chunkier. I can hear it clicking that it's on, but I kind of... Is it mean to want them to touch it to make sure it's working? Because I don't want to touch it. Ooh, you gonna... Yeah, I was gonna say, you're spitting water out on that. Probably not a good idea. I'm glad I did the top wire, because I was just gonna do this middle wire. They probably would have walked right over it. Yeah? Here. We'll have a feeder now. I threw it down. Go right here. It's over there, goober. Get you some alcohol. Put food in front of her and yeah. Maybe alfalfa. Dinner. You got your big old water trough. Too much. And sister don't weigh enough. Hi. Oh, you like that guy, huh? Yeah, did he love on you? You like him? You like your dad too, don't you? What's the matter, honey? Oh, did you finish all your alfalfa? Now you're like, I want the good stuff. Good night, Kamani. Your light's out. Hey, Abby. Alright. You have some extra hay. Well, you're gonna get extra anyways, but you have extra tonight just to help you keep warm. And if you look in her bucket, she still has alfalfa plus 3 flakes. Ava! Good night, Ava. Yeah, Chad already fed you dinner. Yeah, I did too. You got double dinner. Double, double, double. Yeah. Yeah. Good night. It's the next morning. I look insane. That's fine. Alright, we're gonna check and see if the fence survived. If the horses survived. Oh, hi, Abby. Oh. Looks like I got a little bit of work to do. I'll show you guys. Let's see real quick. Okay, good. Okay, firstly, let's look at the fence. And then I'll show you each of the girls have a little bit of hay left. So, nothing too major. It looks like they chewed on the yellow bucket and probably pulled it out. And then that bucket clear down at the back, I maybe wasn't heavy enough. But they're all still on their sides. And the fence is still ticking. So not bad, not bad. Definitely gonna add some sand to it later. So that should help. And then, Kamani had some food left over. Good morning, Abby. Good morning. Hi. Okay, you go move. Move. And behind that tub, I don't know if you guys can see it, that whole corner is full of hay. So very good. Okay, of course, I'm wearing white tennis shoes, not thinking that I had to come out here because my other shoes from yesterday are soaked. Whatever. I got it fixed. It was not that hard to fix. But the good thing is it's starting to snow. Very lightly starting to snow. So that means that it's freezing temperatures. So it's it rained all night, so the buckets are actually pretty heavy with the poop and the rain, and now it's gonna freeze and they're gonna be heavier, and then they're gonna stick to the ground better. So hopefully that was just like a one-time thing. If it's not, whatever, it's 2 buckets to pick up, it's not that bad. This afternoon, I'm gonna come out and brush the girls, and I'm going to, I'm going to fill that full of sand right here so she doesn't have to walk through all that crap, literally. Yeah. Yes, I'm getting your food. You still have food on the ground. You're not that hungry. Yeah, you're not that hungry. Oh, hi. Hi, Abby.